Hello friends. In a last lecture, we discussed about the actual mechanism of the transpiration and how opening and the closing of the stomata takes place during the transpiration process. Getting it? Now, today we are going to discuss about the theories, different theories which are involved actually, or which explains the mechanism of opening and closing of the stomata. Okay, there are different scientists who put forth different theories to propose or to explain the mechanism of opening and closing of the stomata. These different theories describe that how the osmotic pressure in the guard cell increases, and this is the main important reason because of what the uh, turgidity of the guard cell increases. Guard cell accept the water or the water from the surrounding into the guard cell. It will be entry of the water takes place. Getting it? So let us see one by one. The first of all, the starch sugar interconversion theory, which is a very important theory. It is also most of the theories are rejected and some of the theories are accepted, and among them there are two theories which I am going to explain you, which are much more accepted by different scientists. And one of that theory, it is a starch sugar interconversion theory. Getting it? Now let us see what is the starch sugar interconversion theory. uh, According to for the development of this theory, different scientists works, different scientists put forth their views, and this theory is developed in a progressively manner. Okay, firstly, scientist Light in the year of 1908, he find out the basis behind the turgidity of the guard cell, isn't it? And according to him, the turgidity of the guard cell, it increases during the daytime only, and it decreases during the night. Getting it? And what is the he tried to find out the reason behind it, that why the guard cell turgid during the day and why they become flaccid during the night only. Getting it? Then he found that there is an interconversion of the starch and sugar during the day and during the night. During the daytime, the starch is converted into the sugar, and during the night, you can see this reaction. During the night time, the sugar is again converted into the starch. So this is the this is the basis. This is the basis behind the increasing the osmotic pressure of the guard cell and increasing the turgidity of the guard cell. Okay, because of this, the guard cell become turgid and the opening of the stomata takes place. Okay. Later on, scientists say in the year of 1926, he added something in this view, and according to him, he observed that the stomatal movement is regulated by the change in the pH, isn't it? pH change in the pH takes place during the day and during the night time in the guard cell, and this change in the pH, it actually works for the opening and the closing of the stomata, or that stomatal movement. Okay, so this stomatal movement is regulated by pH due to the interconversion of the starch and sugar. And what he studied, that what he found that during the what we call it as daytime, during the daytime, the pH of the guard cell, it is high, isn't it? That during the daytime, the pH of the guard cell, it is high, and it reaches up to the 7 pH. It is a absolute neutral, or sometimes that pH also reaches to the alkaline state. It enters into the alkaline state as well. Okay, so during the daytime, the pH either it remains 7, that is neutral, or a little bit more than that. And the guard cell, the environment of the guard cell become alkaline or neutral. At that time, the what you call the conversion of the starch takes place into the sugar, and osmotic pressure increases. During the night, what happens? Exactly the reverse process takes place during the night. During the night, the pH of the guard cell decreases, and it falls down up to 5. And in this state, the environment of the guard cell becomes acidic, and the whatever may be the sugar, it is converted into the insoluble starch. So this was the findings of the scientists here. Later on, he also proposed that during the night when there is no photosynthesis, and due to the accumulation, due to what if there is no photosynthesis, then the cells, mesophyll cells of the leaves, these cells are continuously, the respiration process is going on in these cells, and whatever may be the CO2 which is released out in the process of respiration, that CO2 it is accumulated, the carbon dioxide it is accumulated, and this accumulation of the carbon dioxide, it leads to the formation of carbonic acids, isn't it? Are you getting this? What happens during the night? During the night, the photosynthesis process is not going on. As the photosynthesis process is not going on, the CO2 is not essential for the plant, or it is not utilized by the plant or plant leaf, the cells. But the mesophyll cell continuously respires, and the CO2 which is coming out by in the process of the respiration from this mesophyll cell or from the leaf cell, that CO2 it is accumulated, isn't it? It is accumulated in the intercellular spaces, as well as some of the in the that mesophyll cells, and as a result of that, this leads to the increase in the formation of the carbonic acid in the guard cell. And as the carbonic acids are formed in the guard cell and surrounding to the guard cell, the pH of the guard cell decreases, isn't it? And acidity in the guard cell increases, and the pH goes to the 5. So we know that the which enzyme, that is the phosphorylase enzyme, which is working. Okay, the phosphorylase enzyme which is working. How the starch is converted into the sugar? Starch is hydrolyzed. The starch is hydrolyzed by the enzyme, or it is converted into the enzyme in presence of the enzyme phosphorylase. Okay, and that phosphorylase enzyme at higher pH, isn't it? It will convert the at higher pH it becomes active. It remain active at higher pH, that is pH 7. But when the pH of the guard cell become 5, that phosphorylase enzyme present in the guard cell it becomes inactive. And as the phosphorylase enzyme present in the guard cell become inactive due to decrease in the pH, and why pH is decreased? The pH is decreased due to the formation of carbonic acids. Why carbonic acids are formed? The carbonic acids are formed due to the accumulation of CO2. Why CO2 is accumulated? The CO2 is accumulated due to the there is no process of the photosynthesis, and the respiration is going on. And why the photosynthesis is not there? The absence of light. Why light is absent? Because of the night condition. Getting it? So this decrease in pH results into the inactivation of the what we call it as phosphorylase enzyme. And during daytime, what happens then? During daytime, the carbon dioxide which is accumulated, it is utilized by the plant or the cells, mesophyll cells, because the photosynthesis process is going on in presence of light during the daytime, and whatever with the accumulation of the carbon dioxide was taking place during the night, this carbon dioxide is utilized by the leaf cells, isn't it? Cells of the leaves. And as the CO2 is utilized, then the carbonic acid formation do not take place. And as carbonic acids are not there, then at that time the pH in the guard cell it is increased, and it reaches to the 7. Getting it? And as pH reaches to the 7, the phosphorylase enzyme present in the guard cell it will become active. The activation of the phosphorylase enzyme takes place, and as phosphorylase enzyme become active, the that enzyme, that it is a, you can see here this starch, it is able to convert the starch into the sugar. You see now, in Tang, in the year of 1948, he isolated for the first time the phosphorylase enzyme, isn't it, from the guard cell. And all these the reasons why the stomata opens and why the what do you call that, the osmotic pressure increases. Now the answers are coming out. Okay, why this sequel or why this process is taking place there. Okay, now in the year of 1948, he isolated the phosphorylase enzyme, and from the when he isolated the phosphorylase enzyme, then they conclude that, okay, according to them, the starch is converted into the glucose 1 phosphate. Okay, so this glucose 1 phosphate, when the starch it is going to convert into the glucose 1 phosphate in the presence of the phosphorylase enzyme, and the activation of the phosphorylase enzyme is depend upon the increase or decrease of the pH. Getting it? Okay, so during this process, the inorganic phosphate is also used, and the light and the dark phases changing CO2 concentration controls the changes in the pH. Are you getting it? As we explained earlier. Okay, these light and dark phases, it changes the pH, and that change in pH, it controls the what do you call that, the conversion of starch into the sugar. Now look at this reaction. First of all, the starch plus inorganic phosphate here, it is going to be convert here, it is going to be convert into the glucose 1 phosphate. Getting it? And toward the arrow, upper arrow, there is a day condition, the pH is 7. Okay, and phosphorylase enzyme is active. Now look at this, the backward reaction here. When the stomata is, then that it results into the opening of the stomata. When starch is converted into the sugar, it results into the opening of stomata. And during the night, the reverse reaction. Okay, this is forward and this is backward. Okay, you see this reverse reaction. Glucose 1 phosphate is going to be converted into the starch at night when pH is 5, because as the pH is 5, the phosphorylase enzyme, it becomes inactive, and glucose is going to be converted into the starch. Now remember that why this that opening and closing of the stomata takes place due to the increase and decrease of the sugar. Okay, during the daytime, when the starch is converted into the glucose 1 phosphate, and at that time the concentration of the glucose, it increases the osmotic pressure of the guard cell, isn't it? As the concentration of the glucose in the glucose 1 phosphate in the guard cell increases, it leads to the increase in the osmotic pressure in the guard cell. Okay, and as osmotic pressure of the guard cell increases, we have discussed in our earlier lecture what changes takes place in the stomata. As osmotic pressure increases, DPD increases. As DPD increases, SP increases, and as a result of that, water from the surrounding, it will enter into the guard cell. Guard cell becomes turgid, and the opening of the stomata takes place. Getting it? During night, exactly the reverse process takes place. During night, the pH is decreased, phosphorylase enzyme become inactive, then the glucose is converted into back into the starch, and you remember that the starch is insoluble in the water or in the cytoplasm, and it accumulates in the vacuole. So as this insoluble starch, concentration of insoluble starch increases in the cytoplasm of the guard cell, it do not affect on the osmotic pressure, increase of the osmotic pressure. Because of that, the osmotic pressure of the guard cell decreases, and the water from the guard cell come out of the uh, guard cell into the atmosphere, or into the what we call it as a intercellular species. And as a result of that, the guard cell become flaccid, turgor pressure in the guard cell will decrease, and the closing of the stomata, it will takes place. Okay, now lastly, the according to the Steward. Okay, Steward added something here. Steward, the conversion of the starch into the glucose 1 phosphate is not sufficient. Getting it? This is the new and recent view, additional point in the starch sugar interconversion theory. Okay, according to the Steward, the conversion of the starch into the glucose 1 phosphate is not sufficient. The glucose 1 phosphate, it should be converted into the glucose only. Okay, so when the starch is converted into the glucose 1 phosphate, then that much amount of the osmotic pressure, it will not be developed in the guard cell, and that osmotic pressure will not absorb or the absorb the much amount of the water, and which will lead to the opening of the stomata. Getting it? Water enters, no doubt, due to the increase in the concentration of the glucose 1 phosphate, water will enter, but that water, it will not develop sufficient osmotic pressure and the it will not lead to the formation of sufficient turgor pressure in the guard cell. So according to Stewart, it should be that glucose 1 phosphate should be converted into the glucose in order to increase the sufficient osmotic pressure in the guard cell. So when we want to develop the sufficient osmotic pressure in the guard cell, or that particular stomata want to develop the sufficient osmotic pressure in the guard cell, then the glucose 1 phosphate should be converted into the guard cell. Should be converted into the what we call it that glucose. Okay, so for this the ATP is also required, and here the what we call it as the uh, ATP, which are required in this process. These ATP molecules, you can see here, the ATP molecules which are required here, these ATPs are coming from, where from these ATPs will come. These ATP molecules, these are coming from the process that is called the respiration process. Okay, and these ATPs, it is also required. Okay, and the guard cell carries the enzymes like the which takes place later in the as a result of that, the suit starts to accumulate in the what you call the guard cell and the surrounding cells. As a result of that, the conversion of the sugar into the starch will take place because the phosphorylase enzyme becomes inactive due to the low pH, isn't it? And afterwards, the when the concentration of the starch increases and sugar decreases in the guard cell, the guard cell become flaccid. Osmotic pressure of the guard cell, it will be decrease. As osmotic pressure decreases, exosmosis of water will take place and the guard cell become flaccid, and as a result of that, the closing of the stomata, it will take place. Getting it? So this is all about the what we call it as the starch sugar interconversion theory, and we will discuss the next theory in next lecture. Thank you very much. Thank you.